fellow Shades, Briho, Shallowy, and Kyla Cobra for an episode of Raincoat, where we're gonna go ahead and continue on.
Shit deductions.
Right here.
You still haven't
What, I'm not here? Wait, what?
No, I said I have a fruit bar right here.
I
solved
see.
the greatest mystery.
I didn't realize I had food right here.
How did the culprit get past the security?
Try not to be too loud.
The critical lab security system was always live.
True.
There was no way to reach the doctor.
No.
The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit.
Yes.
Security system? No living human can breach it.
Not true.
I'll slash through this mystery.
The living human's a dipshit, just for your information. Or at least they're a dumbass. What? Oh, goddamn. Wait, what the? Okay, hold on. I need to look
Is
what's
everything
going on.
okay?
Inactivity
What
timer's
happened?
gonna turn off in 30 seconds, and I gotta find a TV remote. Okay, we're good. I got
Human
it.
could get past the panel chamber by using Fubuki's forte.
Yep, that's not
In
what we're
fact,
pushing.
that's how we got past the panels. The high voltage shocks kept destroying Amapel.
Yep.
But we reversed time every time that happened.
Correct.
Why are you?
So whenever it was struck by the current, you went back in time.
Yep. And we
But-
saved the killer.
While that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top.
Oh, he's not happy we killed that human like 7 times. Oh my god.
That person was burnt to a crisp every time you failed.
But
Which means you killed the culprit over and over again.
Yeah, the time travel was pretty fucking
If only you
powerful.
had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence. But
Wait, are you the mystery?
if you intend to seek the truth, then I must stand in your way.
Vivia? Wait, are you the killer? I mean, that would explain how you would know how to get past security, I guess, kinda? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I'm invested now.
why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
Betray
Put him
me?
in, stab him in the back.
It's up to you.
You had the
Uma.
key, boy.
What's his
It's
design?
your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do? It's
Let's
time
fight,
to decide
motherfucker.
your
Let's
past
go.
And your
Stab him in the
future.
stomach.
Why, Vivia?
Because he had to get revenge. Oh my god, yes. Watch this be like a Street Fighter
Totally
game.
down to kill this
I
guy.
would totally laugh if this is a Street Fighter mini game.
One of you.
Oh shit.
Oh, is it? Is it just gonna be Street Fighter?
No. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa, okay, hold on.
Let me out.
Whoa! That looks wicked! Oh my god.
Also,
Those green orbs, those are his spawn portals, whatever.
Oh,
Okay, toxic. Takes 30 minutes after exposure for toxins to spread, and the death is. Oh, wait. Death? It's not. I thought the death was immediate. It's a 30-minute timer after you get infected. So whoever pulled the kill off is dead. And who else is dead right now? I wonder. Ooh, this is going to be very fun. Stab wound. I don't know which one is going to be. Right after blackout. Or the black. Oh yeah, blackout. A researcher witnessed a dark silhouette pass through the shadows. The researcher claims it must have been the hitman. After the blackout, it says after the blackout. So this is their escape strategy, because we know that they were already in there. They didn't go into the contamination room after we were there. And they couldn't get past the security system. Stab wounds? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm thinking it might be stab wounds as like a passion crime, because this is like 3 stabs. Like if it was a hitman, why would they do 3 stabs? If they're such a hitman, right?
Rescue. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas.
Yes, that's
The
true.
culprit would surely die. You
Yes.
already know this, right? The gas has a special trait. The gas can see through even a gas mask.
Yes, this is true.
No
We
ability
cannot
to
say
nullify its
otherwise.
toxicity.
No ability to nullify its toxicity. Yes, that's true as well.
Once it hits you, you're done for.
That... No,
You
yeah, I
die
mean...
before reaching Weska.
No, that is definitely what we have to hit. Nope. Motherfucker. Read my blades and realize you're wrong. What are... This is such a... They do such weird blackouts right now. They really are like, cut really quickly. Come on. Get it moving.
If you pass through the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30 minutes before it kills you.
Yep.
Which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me.
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic gas. And no fortes that can nullify it. There's only one way you could get through it.
So we're gonna time travel and find out it's Yako. But it doesn't matter because we can't save him. He's been infected. Because by the time we use the time travel, we were already in the shock chamber. So he's already been poisoned at that point, and we can't go further back. So he's fucked. He's dead. The game cannot say he lives.
You do nothing.
So I guess you got your
You
wish.
endure it in hopes of Amapel taking you to the next room.
Also, I'm not hearing a damn thing. Are you there? Oh, you are muted. That's right. I see. Okay. That does explain it. Okay.
The culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic gas?
Yep.
It's the only explanation that makes sense. This is the...
Wait, we're not gonna kill anyone this one. We're not gonna kill anyone because they're already dead. Ooh, I'm very interested.
truth. I can't believe it. But if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas,
Then they...
Died.
the culprit... The
Is-
culprit is...
Yako.
It appears you finally glimpsed the truth, Yuma. Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes?
I
Isn't
mean,
this what you wanted?
What's he talking about?
Yomi's Mystery Phantom and Fifia are both right. Subconsciously, I didn't want to know the truth.
yeah.
Up until now,
What's
the
happening?
Mystery
Why is this?
Labyrinth was withholding...
Huh? What?
I was like, what's happening?
We admitted that, yeah, the killer just tanked the gas and died 30 minutes later. But that means Yako's the killer, and he's like, oh my god, my subconscious didn't want to know the truth. No!
I mean, okay.
I'm not gonna lie, maybe because I'm not as connected, or it's one of those things where it's like, maybe because we've been doing this
I
for so
love
long,
Yako,
we don't
but I
really
don't think any less
care.
of him.
Huh?
said I love Yako, I don't think any less of him.
You don't even think that's possible, is what I think you're saying.
No, I said I don't think any less of him.
Oh.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think
I-
any less
I
of him
still
either. I just think it's very... As soon as they point out that they could just tank the gas, I was like, wait, the only other dead person is Yako. It is
I mean,
weird
yeah,
he
I
had a
heard that
knife.
bit, so I was like, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense.
It is.
But
I
that
do.
was the last
Unless
bit I
if he
heard.
is the slaughter artist, which he could be. He has lived here for a bit. Like this is his hometown, so he could be Fink the slaughter artist.
Right.
Or he could just have a replica, which would be a little weird. I think. No, I guess if you're not really actually, if you're planning to pretend to be Fink the slaughter artist, you would make a replica of his knife. Like that just, if you're trying to look like it, you're gonna do all you can to look like it, right? So that kind of tracks, actually. But yeah, and I'm guessing that his girlfriend, or whatever the relationship was, we saw she was in a lab coat, so I bet that Jesus' daughter was that girl scientist that we saw in the picture, and that she got god damn it, acid degree burns from Jesus' testing. Which I guess they don't even have to be familial. They could just be the same lab, because he could have just used one of his... So, it could just been one of the other researchers in the lab. He's like, hey, come in here. And then Jesus is like, hey, catch the acid. He's like, what? And then she's like burned, like she's
Extremely
scarred.
fucking funny.
And killed her, probably. And so
Of
he's like,
course.
I'm gonna kill this son of a bitch.
The mysteries
Son
that
of a
led to the
bitch.
culprit. And that's because...
But what I thought was more interesting is that now that we know Yako's the killer, what's gonna happen? Because he's already dead.
I mean, I guess this is the first time where we're innocent
We're gonna
from killing
say
people
a dead
'cause they're
guy
just already
is-
dead.
this is gonna be the first time where we say the culprit is dead beforehand.
It's a reflection.
We're not
of the
responsible for killing them.
Wait, what if we travel him back in time and, well, it wouldn't matter because he still dies in the gas, but what if he's already dead
Right.
in the vent because we did the boom kill? Like her power supersedes all timelines, right? Is what I'm thinking.
I don't
I
think
own-
so.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, right? Because like the last ditch effort I can think of, if
A lot
if
more
Yuma
versions
tries to
of
save
power
his
than
life, right?
it says
The
in the
only thing I
game.
can think of is if we time travel. That's the only thing.
I only
But
give it the
actually, no.
theories
Even
of
in that
stuff we have
case, Yuma
evidence for.
realizes at this point that he's poisoned, so there's no saving him either way. So he probably won't time travel.
reluctance.
That entirely made no sense to me anyways.
What, time
Like,
traveling?
No, what you're doing is stepping outside the parameters of what we know her ability to be.
No, I'm
which is
not.
just that
It
she's
said
able to
we
go
can
out.
only travel back to when it was first used. And
Or a couple minutes. It doesn't say that directly anywhere.
I swear to God, the evidence literally says you cannot go back further than when it was first used. So she could go back as
That's
far back
because
as...
about this case is that she couldn't go back further than she last could. Which also that doesn't necessarily. It just means that that's her limit. That just means that that's as far back as she can go.
Yeah, and
That doesn't
the furthest
necessarily
back she can
inherently
go
mean.
is...
That doesn't mean that she can go all the way back to when the murder first happened. Like right now, that just means that that's all she could do in that moment, because that's what the evidence is. In that moment, she could only go back as far as the killing was, which is what she said.
But
But
in
there's-
the first killing...
But multiple pieces of evidence in the game do suggest that she does have a limit on how far she can go back
Yes.
minute-wise.
It's not saying you can't go
Minute-wise,
back.
not just back to the case. That's what I'm saying. Listen to actually what I'm saying when I'm stating my evidence, man, because you just agreed with something that contradicted your case.
But at the same time, the point is it can't be turned back. Cannot be turned back
It
beyond
couldn't be
that
done
point.
in that moment, because that's what she said. She's like, I tried to go back before he died, but I couldn't. That's
Yeah,
what she
that's
said
when we
in that
saw
moment.
when we saw his body.
Right.
We could find him
I
before we
understand
found
that,
the
but
body.
that's all she could do then. There's no evidence to suggest that she could still do it now. and that in fact there's evidence that she can't still do it.
If you know,
Which is
like when they
the
talk about the
shown
minutes
limit
thing,
on how
she's
far back
also
she can go.
she would also be in distress, and anime characters in
Also,
distress
wait.
have enhanced powers.
Another thing that would like prevent it is when we did see that thing, if it worked back to like the last time she used her power, then she could have gone back to before she even entered the room, because before that she used it to enter Amapau, which she could have went all the way back then to like if it was a situation where it's like, hold on, like Chief Yako is dying. If it was a case where she could just go back to wherever the last time she used her power was or whatever, as far back as that, if that was the case, she could have gone back all the way that time, but she said she couldn't, which inherently disproves your theory.
I feel there's two things I'm thinking of. One, I'm thinking of the first time that they're counting is when we used it in the shock panel room, right? That's the first part. But the other part is it's an anime game, so I'm guessing that they'll end up pulling like she's in emotional distress, so she'll be able to amplify the power.
What I said originally is that you're adding information that the game just hasn't immediately given us yet.
Well, I'm going off of this one information, and if we do go back to that point with the
Which
shock
it
panels,
doesn't-
we would find the killer.
It doesn't
in
even
that
mean
case.
that. It doesn't mean what you're saying it means, is what I'm saying. You're misconstruing what it's saying.
Turning
It
back
said-
to the point it couldn't be turned back. And the first point
Right.
we turned back was at the shock panel room.
Right, but if that was the case, then why didn't she go back then before Chief Yako
She
was
probably did,
completely
but we
dead?
don't know what she did because we weren't holding her hand.
She wouldn't have mentioned any of that?
I mean, she's an idiot, and she's also a side character, so she's not that smart.
Main point being, you're assuming stuff that we don't have inherent immediate
Like, I
evidence
do agree
for.
she should have said something. Like, if she knows that Yako's gonna
No.
die, she should have fast
Right.
traveled back to, like, when we were in the shock panel room. Like, hey, boss is gonna
But all
die.
I'm
We
saying,
should...
my inherent thing that I am saying is that you're misunderstanding what it means when it's saying that. It's just saying, when it happened, that's how far back she could go. Not that she can still go back that far.
It just says you can't go further than that point.
Yeah, but it doesn't specify that it still can. It just said that she couldn't then go back further than what that immediate point was. Not that she
Yeah.
can still go back to that exact point, but that in that moment she couldn't go further than that point. That is what it's saying.
But she can. But the only limit is that she can't go further back. Why can't she get back to that point? If it
Because
said that she
saying-
can't.
Hold on, listen to me, okay? Okay. When it happened, it was way before we entered the Mystery Labyrinth. We already went on this whole side quest thing, right?
This freezes
So the
time.
span of minutes
But yeah.
there. But where that evidence came in is when she said, I went back, but I couldn't go back far enough. I had a limit.
I don't
So-
know. I thought she said she couldn't change it, is what she said. Like, she couldn't fix it. I thought she
No,
was.
she couldn't go back far enough was the thing. That's what she said. Now, that is where the evidence is coming from. That was the limit in that piece of time when she couldn't, when she got caught, she's like, I can't, like, use my powers again because I couldn't go back further than that moment. Which would make sense if it was back to the electric panel stuff, but it wasn't. It was to the point in the room. Otherwise, she would have warned us about other things, like us being captured. That's why that's stuck at that point in time, okay? But, look, this is getting complex. Very much so.
I
What
think
it's
the
saying
reason
is
why
in
we
that
don't
moment,
see
where
her
this
warning-
evidence came from, hold on, where this evidence came from was in that moment, she said she could not go back further than that moment.
Yeah,
But
when we're
since
in
then,
the
there's been
security
a lot
room.
of extra time, and it has been shown that her power only works for a couple minutes. Not that it goes back to like a set point in time. What we've seen is that it goes back for a couple minutes. So based on the evidence we have, and based on that context of that piece of evidence, it suggests otherwise. Not that she can just go back to the last time she used it, but that at that piece of time, she couldn't go back further than that, and now she probably couldn't even go back to when she couldn't, since it's been more minutes.
I think when she told,
that's what the
here's what
given
I'm thinking,
evidence
right? When
means.
she says she tried to tell us things, I'm thinking those are other timelines because obviously she can't change this current timeline.
Well, no, 'cause it's too far. But all right.
Because
My
like
main
when she
point is
says she
you're
tells
adding
us
a
stuff,
lot of
obviously we
evidence
weren't
that's
told
just
stuff.
not there.
So she doesn't say stuff in our timeline because that's not her from the future.
What? She
Uh,
said that. And if
she's-
she was to go
what?
back further, then she would have warned us about the peacekeepers coming in on us.
Well, I think she did, but in a different timeline, not in ours, because clearly that didn't happen. If it did, then it would be she went back in time. But if it didn't
And
happen, I mean, she
couldn't
didn't go back.
She's gonna go back. That's what, she didn't. All right. There's nothing saying that she did. Okay, let's just continue on. You're lacking evidence for your claims. That's all I wanted to state. Let's just carry on.
The funny part is that if I'm right, you're still gonna have to do a face palm. Like you're still gonna face palm if I'm right.
I don't. All I'm saying is that there's nothing saying that now. There's nothing saying that there's anything like that with her power.
The evidence is saying that. That's what I'm
Hold
using.
on, dumbass. Did you not hear the explanation of how the evidence is being... You're misunderstanding exactly what it's saying? It means the exact opposite of what you're saying. Or not the exact opposite, but... opposite. But not exact opposite. Historically, she's only been able to go back a couple minutes. That's one piece of evidence that we have. That's consistent things we've seen. That's
Okay,
one thing.
that
Hold on.
is consistent with
That
timeline,
wasn't where I was
yes.
basing my claim off of, though. My main claim is what that piece of evidence is, where it came from, was that one specific moment where she said she could not go back further than another specific moment. And if she could go back further than that specific moment, then she would have gone back since before the Peacekeepers. But she couldn't go back to when she last used the power because that she just couldn't. She said she couldn't. In that moment. But in that moment, in saying with the evidence, because what that evidence is saying is that in that moment she couldn't go back further. It's not saying that she can just do that at any point. It's just saying that in that moment she was hitting her limit of how many minutes she can go back at that piece of time. And it's not saying that she could still go back to that piece of time. It's just saying that that was her limit at that point in time. That is what that evidence is saying.
So we both agree to disagree. But one thing we can agree
Anyways.
on is that if they do, they should definitely kill him. But if they don't, they lose our respect. Is the answer. Like if they somehow find a cure out, if there's a cure that comes out of their ass for him, like for the gas, then they lose our respect.
It's the hitman, right?
The truth is worthless. Nothing
depends
has
who you
less
ask.
value in this isolated, rainy city. No one wants the truth. Not even you!
True.
Now, rot away and die right here! No one will get in my way. Kanai Ward, Amaterasu! They both belong to me!
Okay.
If the culprit carried out the crime like you deduced,
I had to take a phone call.
then they should be dead from the toxic gas.
Why aren't they dead, huh?
But no one at the scene has died from poisoning.
Ow.
If you can understand that much, then What are you still doing here?
You're right that no one in that lab died from that toxic gas.
Yeah,
That was
but people
part
have
of the culprit's
legs.
plan from the beginning. They planned to distort the facts of their death.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth?
I mean, he kind of knows the answer
Our
already.
world will fall
Right.
apart.
Like he's already admitting that, yeah, Yako killed him. I guess we just have to
That doesn't
figure out
make
why
anything fall apart.
why
It
was
just
there a
means that
knife
our
next
boss
to him?
is fucking killing people. That doesn't make our reality fall apart.
I guess the only question is why was the Sphinx Slaughterer's knife next to him? That's the last question I think he has, and the answer is going to be that this was a plan, revengeance plan from what's his name, Yako, from Yako, and so he just had two replicas on him.
The world.
It is interesting though because it's. I wonder why did he pick today of all days? Did he pick it because he knew something was going on with us, or did he pick it today because it was just coincidental, right? I guess that's my question, right?
Coincidental to the overall fact that we were here, because that's why he was surprised that we were here. He was like,
I guess
"What are
that's
you doing
true.
here?"
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that is true. Because obviously the letter came before we were coming, right? So how would he have done that? You know, that would have been so quick of him to do it without him knowing. So definitely, I guess it was definitely coincidental.
That you believed in.
Your deduction is wrong.
Your deduction is wrong. Damn.
Don't disturb the peace. It's not even worth debating.
Do we even have? No, we don't have
Is this the
evidence.
best you can do to refute it? Just give up and die!
Oh! Okay, I need to pause here. The culprit misrepresented their death by using the hitman. That's the answer. If we know Yako's the killer, then it's the hitman. You can't misrepresent Amapal. Like, that's just not possible.
With this, I'll expose the truth.
I hit you with a man, making you a hitman.
Culprit
Actually, no. I guess that
misrepresented
makes.
their death
I guess it would make me the hitman because I hit a man.
by using the hitman.
Yeah, it would.
The culprit realized their plan would be exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas. So they used the hitman to cover up their own death.
So, I guess here's my other question. My last question, I guess, for this case, because we kind of figured it out. Who was in the lab coat? Who was the shrouded figure who walked away from our body?
The
Or no, I meant
made
Yako's body.
Amapal. He got his revenge for him stumping on Amapal.
No, that would if it was a short guy, I'd say yes. But what I'm gonna say right now is I'm guessing that it was just a coworker who was like, "You've been avenged. Thank you, friend." And then he just left him and was like, "Oh shit, someone's here. Get around the corner and hide." Like, because if we know Yako's the killer, then we know that that guy is just a random person, or like he's not involved with the mystery. Technically, he's either cover to throw off, or he's just someone who's like a friend of the deceased lab assistant.
Use the hitman?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor. They were hired to cover up the culprit's death by toxic gas.
Oh, so Yako hired the hitman to kill him. Okay, so I guess if he didn't have replicas, well then how did he have a knife in the first place? What if Fink just sells his knives? He's just like, hey, can I have one of your knives? I
Or
kind of
if he
need it for
just
my murder.
uses a distinct knife and, makes them his own or something,
Maybe, and maybe
Like-
he just
like an
gave one to
already-
Yako because Yako wouldn't need one to commit the murder because there was one of the unique knives were in Jesus. And in that case, that means the killer had to have the knife, which means Yako had the unique knife for whatever reason.
The hitman's target was the culprit, not the doctor?
Yep.
But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that belong to the hitman?
All you would need is a similar knife.
Ooh.
The
So
story
is it a
of Fink
replica?
the Slaughter Artist using a knife inscribed with the letter F is well known.
Yeah. So it's a replica.
We leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back? It's the one that Fink the Slaughter Artist uses, right? I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F.
Well, that's a good conversation piece, but we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed this video, do this on the top screen. If you have any questions, send them in the comments below or to our Discord server. They'll be linked in the description and our about section. Our enemies are in the same two places as they're associated. On the left is recommendation from YouTube, and the right is the series Raincode in its entirety. Do you have any comments for this mystery as of right now?
Really?
All we heard is RIP.
No, I said no, not really.
okay,
Not
okay.
really.
Okay. We'll see you, Phil Shades, next time.